It's a beautiful fall day, and let's talk to Dr. Jaimie Ronchetto about the latest going on at Cinema Vet right here in town. What is new?
What is new with us? Well, so we touched a little bit on it last time, and I wanted to talk a little bit more about it, is our fear-free certification. So this has been a really cool and exciting addition for us. So our entire staff is becoming fear-free certified or is already fear-free certified, and what that means is that our whole way of interacting with our patients and their humans and how we do medicine is geared towards basically reducing as much as possible the animals' fear and anxiety and stress that they so often will have when they come visit us. So we talk a lot to clients about how to even start at home, to help them stay calm and even maybe excited to come in rather than be fearful. And it makes everything so much easier and better for everybody involved.
That's a huge concern. And I know because my dog, as soon as I get the dog in the car, the dog starts shaking. And as cute as it is, and it's funny, to see the dog, shaking. My heart breaks because I know how scared I am to go to the dentist. So I get that. And if you guys are trying to desperately to make this environment into something that is so much more relaxing and someplace that the pets and the owners are so comfortable with, it's just an amazing thing. It makes your heart feel so good. It really does. We were talking about feeling safe in the office, and for both the pet and the owner, it's just so nice and it's relaxing. And for you guys to be, putting a foot forward into, all of these new techniques and schooling, it feels so much better, and we can relax a bit. We're hitting now. We're going back to school. The kids are going back to school, and the fall weather is hitting us. What do we have to be reminded of as the kids go back? Is there any vaccinations we need? Are there any fleas or ticks? Or I know those are mostly summer things, but here in California we still deal with them. Is there anything we need to be reminded of now that the fall weather's here?
So I think it's a good time to, check in with your veterinarian, look and see if you've gotten any email reminders to see if you have vaccinations coming up due for your pets. Everybody kind of becomes due at different times, depending on when they got started. So it's good to check in and see what might be coming up due and just have a check-in in general. Yes, as far as fleas and ticks, we definitely recommend year-round flea and tick control for a lot of our critters out here just because our falls and winters are pretty mild, so we can definitely see them well into the winter time. So I would definitely keep up with that. And, most of our allergy patients is more when it's hot, but sometimes we do see some allergy problems in the fall, too. It's just another one of those changing seasons and different things are blooming and growing. So if you have one of those itchy guys, keeping up with that and make sure you ask your veterinarian what we can do to keep them comfortable and hopefully itch-free.
If you see your dog itching, here's a question for you. If you see your dog itching, does it always mean that, like scratching, I should say, does it always mean that that they're itching, or could it mean that something else is wrong? Could it if they're scratching, or sometimes their ear, we know sometimes they have an ear infection. So can it mean other things?
It usually does mean actual itchy feeling, or it can be a painful feeling. So I think they will itch or scratch rather, or chew or lick certain areas when they hurt in some way. They'll pay more attention to a specific area if they have some sort of negative sensation, basically, and then they're trying to either soothe it by the licking or, chew it in different ways. So it's just showing attention to an area does tell us that there's a problem there, for sure. So then it's just trying to figure out what that problem is.
I was visiting a friend the other day, and I was petting the dog, and every time I touched the dog would lick the air. Like, what is that about? Like, and as soon as I said, it was like a magic trick. And every time I would pet, like the dog would lick the air. And then I'd stop and she'd stop. What is that about? Mm-hmm. Does that mean something or?
Sometimes that can indicate that there's a little itch response there. Like sometimes they'll just you'll see their skin crawl if you touch a certain area, or they'll lift their back foot and scratch at that area that you're scratching. But sometimes they will lick the air too. It's kind of an unusual response, but we do see it sometimes. So it's either that just feels really good right there and that's a happy spot, or it's an actual kind of itchy, like, oh yeah, keep scratching there because that kind of itches.
Oh, gotcha. So it's not a bad thing. It's not necessarily a bad thing. It was maybe
not necessarily a bad thing.
She was actually just enjoying me touching it.
It's just unusual. Yeah.
Got it. If you are in need of an amazing veterinarian service, go to Cinema Vet on Cinema Drive right here in town. The number's 253-9300. They have a beautiful website. I love the website. So easy. It's so user-friendly. So amazingly user-friendly. I love it. 253-9300. Go to Cinema Vet. Dr. Jaimie, always a pleasure. Have a great rest of your week.
Thank you. You too.